Cool. All right, guys. Drivers that really piss me off.
Yesterday, some lady cut me off in a parking lot, honked at me, parked sideways in a handicapped spot, and then walked away. I was pissed. That was just one of 21 types of drivers who piss me off. But it wasn't as bad as the dudes who don't know how to use their
Oh my god. I don't know what has caused 90% of drivers to just stop using the turn signal. Like it just seems like cars don't even come with it at this point, because every single time that I go on the road, every time I'm driving, me being the considerate human being that I am, I use my turn signals to tell people that I am going to merge into a lane, and for some reason nobody else uses them. I don't know what it is. I don't know why that happens, but it just irks my nerves so bad.
the little lever behind the steering wheel. Typically it's BMW drivers, but this issue affects many. When I'm driving in the left lane and some dude just slowly drifts in front of me from the right lane without any notice, it pisses me off. Like, dude, feel free to give me a warning. They put that fucking light on the back of the car for a reason. Do you think BMW spent millions manufacturing a functioning blinker just for it to collect dust? The answer is no. Speaking of these dudes just drifting into the left lane, what the hell is the deal with left lane campers? Like, actually, there are not just two lanes on the road for the
This
sake of it.
also pisses me off, and it's even worse today. Actually, as I was driving back home, I had two log trucks, not one, but two log trucks in front of me. One of them was on the right lane, and the other one was on the passing lane. And the one on the passing lane was a lot slower than the one on the regular speed lane. And man, I'm tired of driving in traffic, honestly. When are we going to invent flying cars, man?
If you're gonna be in the left lane, you're passing. If you're in the right lane, then you're chilling. Why do I see people chilling in the left lane? Not only is it annoying, but it's also probably one of the reasons that people start cutting up and driving like Think about it. If you're going fast and another dude is not going fast, then you're gonna go around them, right?
Yeah.
Another thing about these left lane campers is that they're in absolutely no rush until you try to pass them. I'll be going 5 under behind one of these campers and then go 60 to pass them, and all of a sudden they're going
Oh
65,
my God,
which
it
makes me
is
wanna just
so
drive
annoying.
straight into their rear. Okay, this sounds a little hypocritical,
Just
but
hit the pit maneuver.
tailgating also pisses me off. Bella, the only reason I'm going 25 miles an hour is because we're in a school zone. I know I could probably get a pretty sweet insurance
I also don't like tailgaters, and it scares me when my girlfriend does that.
claim with a simple downshift.
Don't tell her I said that.
But it's just so awkward when some loser is just driving right on my bumper.
Nope.
The main time it really pisses me off is when I'm driving my manual Mini Cooper. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of a genie with the clutch, so best believe I'm not gonna be rolling back into someone's car. That being said, on the off chance that I hit legs or something, or my foot slips, just some bullshit happens where the car rolls back, there needs to be a little bit of room, dog.
Yes.
If someone is right on my ass and I roll back a bit, I'd probably be at fault. That's when the big iron comes out, because I'd be about as pissed as fuck. The only time
Bad
that
habit,
tailgating
yeah.
really gets to me is on the highway. I'll be trying to merge and a dude will just not make space.
Oh my God. All of these are just making me angrier the more we go down the tier. Because what do you mean? If you know there's these signs, these huge signs right here that just tell you, hey, there is going to be a lane that is going to end, or there is a lane that is going to coming off the regular road into entry lane, the entry exit, I mean. And it's just like they either speed up and we're just next to each other, or I slow down and they just slow down as well. I hate it. And one time I was going to school and I noticed that this person was gonna go into the lane. So I was like, okay, let me be considerate. Let me slow down so they can speed up and go past me. I slow down, they slow down, and we were just right next to each other. I had to go from 60 down to 20 miles an hour so they could oh my god, why are people so, oh my god,
merging is key.
I don't know.
If we could somehow just figure that out as a society, then that would be cool. I feel like the merging issues are more with on-ramps though. Sometimes it's just because it's a on-ramp, but other times the people who are already on the freeway are just trying to play defense or something. Like this one time I was driving on the on-ramp and there was somebody already on the freeway who was right next to me. Picture this: the left lane was completely empty and they were in the right lane, and I was right next to them on the on-ramp. So as you do, I slowed down a little bit so I could merge behind them, but instead of getting over, instead of maintaining their speed, this bitch stomped the brakes. We both
I think this is exactly what I did. I'm starting to realize I might have been in the wrong here. I might have been in the wrong here.
damn near hit a standstill because they literally stopped on the freeway since I was next to them. I don't know how they didn't get rear-ended, and I don't know why they didn't go in the left lane, but that pissed me off. It didn't piss me off as much as blinding headlights though. I can't be the only one who thinks the older style of headlights is plenty bright enough. All of my cars have relatively dim halogens and I can always see perfectly fine, but
sorry, I
for
keep
some
pausing.
reason, people just need to see at night with the brightness of the sun. Those LED bulbs are completely lethal, especially while trying to get on the freeway or something. This isn't really an issue while driving in my truck or something, but in my BMW or Mini Cooper, I feel like I'm getting flashbanged constantly. I know it's not the driver's fault as much as the manufacturer, but that pisses me
Lifted
off.
trucks.
It is the driver's fault when
not only do lifted trucks piss me off, but I feel like swatted trucks. Or squatted Tahoes or whatever. Those are even worse because there's no reason for you to have a squatted Tahoe, man. There's no reason. It's just a it's the shortest dude imaginable, and he's just like on the Tahoe and he can't even see the bottom of the road. Why do we do that? Why do they do that here?
They have their high beams on though. Holy shit. I live around a lot of back roads and stuff.
I feel like people don't forget though. I feel like people just do that on purpose. There's no way because what I do is I purposely, if I see another car who has high beams on, I turn them on. I turn my high beams on until we get to a significant distance, to a certain distance, and I turn them back off to signal to them like, oh, I'm turning my lights off, my high beams. It's your turn. And they still have the high beams on. I don't know what's going on with these people.
So people have their high beams on all the time, which is no big deal. But I literally don't know how people can forget to turn them off. Sometimes I'll be driving on one of those roads in the middle of the night, and around the corner I'll see a light ray sweep directly into my fucking eyes. It's moments like these when you have to lock the in and just look at the white line on the side of the road.
That's literally what I do.
Anything in front of you, because one minute I'm chilling and the next my whole windshield is just white. Like if there was someone on the road with a bike and I was getting high beamed, best believe they're getting pink.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of bikers, we have to talk about the Suron epidemic. I think Surons are pretty cool. They seem fun to just hit some dirt jumps with or something, but there is no reason for a bunch of middle schoolers to be riding these on the street. Surons actually go like 70 miles an hour for no reason at all, and I'm not trying to be looking out for speeding middle schoolers while I'm on my way to work. It's not about the presence of the Suron.
Guys, let me put y'all on.
These dudes aren't even in driver's ed yet. They have no idea how the road works. I had one of these dudes jump off a curb in front of me the other day, and thank the Lord I was locked in. Holy moly. Since these things are electric, you just don't hear them coming at all. Mini bikes and dirt bikes are a different story because you can actually hear them coming from a mile away.
Would y'all drive a motorcycle?
It's like a jump scare every time. There was this one time I was trying to turn left on a somewhat busy street, and this car pulled up next to me. Wait, actually, we got to talk about that because this is worse than Suron. When I'm trying to turn left on a busy road and somebody pulls up next to me to turn right, I can no longer see the left. What are we doing?
No, this is terrible. I don't know why they do that because it sucks. I just don't get it. I feel like logically, if you are on the right lane, turning right, there's somebody turning left. The person on the right has a better chance. Just go ahead and turn that right. Makes it a lot quicker and then free up the left, one of the left lanes view. Does that make sense? I don't know.
You could just give me an extra few seconds to actually see if I can turn without getting T-boned. That'd be awesome. It's no big deal if there's 2 turn lanes, but when it's a 2-way stop sign or something and the car next to me just invents their own lane, it pisses me off. Doing this makes the whole thing into a gamble. Why do people pull up next to me in the first place when they're trying to turn right? I'm gonna be blocking their vision too. It's not like you can just see through my car or something. Actually, maybe they can, because I kind of drive a fishbowl, unfortunately. This whole situation pisses me off, but it's not nearly as bad as when people pass school buses while the stop sign is up. I swear the school bus...
Now, I don't know if I've seen this. Me personally, I haven't seen anybody do this. If you do this, you genuinely shouldn't drive ever in your life. You just don't need a license. There's no reason for you to have one.
Flip out the stop sign, and I'll be seeing people who are just like, stop sign? What stop sign? And then they just fly right past the school bus. That shit is just weird though. Like, don't do that one for real. While we're talking about school buses though, I just gotta mention how much school buses piss me off. As soon as a school bus drives up next to me, I'm gonna get flipped off, get my car hit by a cheese stick, and probably end up getting my bumper clipped off by the...
I'm gonna tell y'all a story after I pick up this chip. Give me a minute. Where'd it go? Okay, the chip disappeared. One time, I walked back from a Wendy's. I went to a Wendy's because I was hungry. And I had a 6-piece nugget deal from Wendy's for free. I got a 6-piece nugget for free, right? At the moment, I had no money. I was like, okay, I'm gonna walk to Wendy's. Walk to Wendy's. It was like a 15-minute walk. And I was like, okay, got my nuggets. Time to go back home. I walk back home, my dorm. As I'm walking by, I see a bus. The bus is full of middle schoolers, and we're in Greensboro. Now, for those of you who don't know Greensboro, it is the craziest city that you can think of. Maybe, you know, I guess Fayetteville might be like one of the worst ones, but still, it is a very loud, crazy city. Kids just started throwing pencils at my head. I'm not even joking. They were just chucking pencils at my head. One of them hit me like on my temple. I was so pissed. I was so mad. I was like, is it worth it? Is it worth it to go to jail? If I go up to that bus and I beat one of these kids' asses, is it worth it? I'm a college student, by the way. I just bought a 6-piece nugget for free because I had no money. I was already rock bottom. That was like that would have been the 13th reason, honestly. Yeah. Anyways.
School bus taking a tight turn. I feel like even in these situations, I'm not one to use the horn though. I've never been too liberal with the horn as far as honking at people goes. That's like an East Coast thing or something. Honking at people and getting honked at just does not help the situation half the time. If someone's gonna back into you or something, then definitely go for it. But there are these select times when I'll be driving 38 in a 35 and some Tesla is gonna be sure to pull up right behind me and honk at me just to let me know I'm going a bit too slow for them. I think the more awkward situation is being the passenger in a car with someone who loves using the horn way too much. I was once driving with this dude who cut someone off and then he honked at the other driver. I just about put my hood up for that one because that shit was so embarrassing. I feel like it's a city driver thing though. People who live in big cities drive completely differently than everyone else in the world. Like even if they're in the middle of nowhere, they'll be...
I don't like to honk at people because here in the South, you don't really know what people got in their car. I'm gonna be real with you. However, I have been honked at so many times for staying at a green light for like 1 second. I'm not even joking. As soon as you guys seen the TikToks where they'll wait 0.5 seconds for the light to turn green and they just start honking. That's exactly what I go through. And I don't even live in a city.
Right on my bumper because they don't want to get stuck in rush hour traffic or something. It's like I need to remind them that we're in the middle of the desert with a total of 3 cars. It's always Teslas though. Teslas are cool because they can launch so hard, but in my opinion, they look pretty boring and
they are boring.
People who drive them are annoying.
They
I think
suck.
The best thing about seeing a Tesla in traffic is knowing you can brake check them. If there's a Tesla riding your bumper for no reason at all, they cannot hit you even if they try. These cars have the most sensitive auto braking and it's so funny. There's a dash cam video out there of a dude brake checking a Tesla and the Tesla driver was absolutely losing his shit.
That's so funny.
One of the better things about Teslas is that they're usually in good condition though. Whenever
Should I do that? No, I'm just
driving near a car that's just...
Should I do it on stream? I'm gonna be on stream one day. Brake checking a Tesla for the next 50 minutes.
Messed up. I feel like I'm gonna be their next victim. I'm not talking about squeaky brakes, exhaust leaks, or lifter tick, or any of that bullshit. When I see a car with a missing headlight, bumpers hanging on by a thread, and wing mirrors that look like they got macked up by a motorcycle driver, I feel like I'm gonna get my car flipped or some shit. I understand that everyone has their situations and might not be able to afford a car that's all in one piece, but you can tell when a car has been completely messed up.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't piss me off to see a car like this, but that just scares me, to be honest. Maybe we need to stop handing out licenses to everyone. One thing that pisses me off, but
also we should stop handing out licenses to elderly people. I don't know. This might be a popular opinion, honestly. I don't think anybody else would disagree with me on this. But if we just give out licenses and we have old people out there who can renew their license whenever they want, and you just give them out to them, and then you have that one case of that one old dude who, like, or was it a woman, I don't know, it was an old person. They ran in a city, like, sorry, in a neighborhood, 60 to 90 miles per hour. It might have been 90 miles per hour, and they ran straight into like a corner store or something like that. I don't understand why elderly people have cars. I just give them a test or something, make them have like a what is it, a cognitive test to make sure that these people aren't like lobotomized and whatnot. But other than that, I mean, I don't know. I get scared when I see an older person drive.
Maybe it's just a me thing, is when people don't use their blinker at a roundabout. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I'm guilty of this when I'm trying to figure out which exit to take or something, but when I'm trying to get in a roundabout and the person coming at me from the left doesn't use their blinker, I'm gonna assume they're gonna continue going around the roundabout. 20 times out of 10, they exit next to me and I could have gone in the roundabout. It's one of those things that's only a problem when there's a lot of traffic or when I'm in a rush or something, but it pisses me off anyway. Let me know if that's just a me thing though, because the next thing that pisses me off is universal. I think a semi-truck passing a semi-truck is totally fine, but there seems to be some sort of hiccup whenever this happens. Either the one passing just can't quite go fast enough to actually pass, or the truck that's getting passed starts speeding up because they can't let their ego get hurt.
Pretty sure that's illegal
though.
though.
Both of you guys, Kroger does not need to get their 20 seconds earlier. You can just take your time and let the small cars go around you, please. No, I know you guys are on a tight schedule and stuff, but sometimes I'll see 2 semi trucks just blocking the rest of the highway.
Oh, that's literally what I talked about right now.
It pisses me off. I think something on the opposite end of the spectrum, but arguably worse, is new drivers with fast cars. If you're in high school and your car's 0 to 60 is faster than
every new driver's car nowadays, for some reason, is a Mustang or a Scat Pack. I don't know what it is, but these kids do not have any right owning a car that fast. They are children driving 300 horsepower cars, and they are barely learning how to drive. I don't know. I'm sorry, but as a parent, do better. Do better, please. Yeah, there you go. You started with a minivan. I used to drive my mom's Camry until I totaled it. But that's literally why I'm saying kids should not have Mustangs or Dodge Challengers or anything, or a Scat Pack. There's no reason. What was that? What was what? I don't know what you're talking about.
6 seconds. You really have to be careful. Maybe I'm just being jealous, but in high school, whenever people had a 335i or something, they would just be acting a fool. If you know how to actually drive, then no worries at all. But chances are, if you just got your license, you probably don't. The number of close calls I've had with BMWs while trying to leave the school parking lot is unreal. It's like as soon as people this age get a car with over 250 horsepower, they start wearing lead shoes. Like, dude, calm it. I know your N54 sounds cool, but don't plow into my rear bumper just to let me hear the blow-off valve. It's sometimes these exact same dudes who'll get a burble tune and start driving like absolute shit to make the exhaust pop. Like, they'll just hold a gear until 5,000 RPM and then just completely let off the gas. That does not sound cool. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it does sound cool, but if you're
just
obviously
downshift
driving like to make your exhaust pop, it's like a law of equivalence. It might sound sort of cool maybe, but you'll see people in these cars looking directly at you while they do some dumb shit like that. This shit is not tough, dude. I think burble tunes are weird, but if your exhaust pops between shifts or like pops a little bit on deceleration, it's usually cool. Speaking of deceleration,
just downshift
why don't
again.
some people know that your car slows down without using the brakes? I think Isaac Newton figured this one out a couple years ago. Unless you're going down a steep hill, the car is gonna start slowing down when you let off the gas. Like, seriously, there is no reason to be periodically tapping the brakes instead of just coasting and letting gravity do the work. I'm sure anyone who's ever driven behind a Nissan Altima knows the feeling. I'll be driving behind one of these on a flat road or something. There will be a stop sign 50 feet ahead, and they will hit the brakes and then accelerate to get to the stop sign. Gas prices
that's a bit weird
this
to
good,
do.
Onk. You cannot be doing all that. A key lesson from this section is if you stop powering the car will stop powering. But another thing about coming to a stop is awkward traffic lights. Traffic lights are sometimes like 2012 COD lobbies.
Oh my goodness. it's either they're green, right? Which is the best thing, right? When you're going like 60, like especially when you go on a highway that has that one random traffic light on it, you're either going 60 to 70 and approaching it, and it turns yellow all of a sudden, which at that point just speed up and go. Or I mean, it just randomly chooses to turn yellow and then immediately goes red for some reason, and then you got to stop at 70 miles per hour. It is, oh my god, I hate driving. Just why can't we have like trains or whatnot?
Be at a stop, and then the moment the light turns green, someone's honking. Like, what kind of throttle response do you think I have? I think the worst part about traffic lights is when people don't know how an unprotected left works. There have been so many times that I've got cut off from some dude just gassing it through an unprotected left turn. I feel like that situation leaves way too much thinking for some drivers out there. Okay, wait, I just thought of another situation at traffic lights that pisses me off even more. When I'm behind someone who doesn't stop at the fucking stop line. I know they probably think they're a good person or some for stopping way behind the stop line, but I promise, the traffic light does not see you. Unless the traffic lights are on timers, we are going to be sitting there for a long time. Speaking of sitting in a car for a long time, you're not going to be sitting in your car for very long if you don't wear a seatbelt. I swear.
Now that I don't understand. If you don't wear a seatbelt, you're just dumb as hell. You're asking to be thrown out the window, bro.
People prefer to hear the seatbelt warning chime blaring instead of just clipping in their seatbelt. Must be too fat for the seatbelt or something. I don't know.
I literally saw people promoting a Bluetooth seatbelt where it's literally just the head of that little thing that just clicks in, so you don't have to hear the seatbelt alarm. Which is what?
Literally zero reason to not wear a seatbelt. If I get in an accident with someone and they fly through the windshield, best believe I'm not going to go scrape them off the asphalt. When I'm driving, I need to feel like I'm glued to the seat. Otherwise, it's just so uncomfortable. Not as uncomfortable as seeing a big truck hauling nothing.
Oh my god.
I have a love-hate relationship with lifted trucks that haul absolutely nothing. I love it because I think it's about as funny as to see a tiny dude with $100,000 truck on rubber bands and chrome wheels. Because you know that guy is like an accountant or some shit and has never even worn a piece of Carhartt, let alone put a stick in the bed truck. So yeah, I love them because they're funny to look at, but when you have to share the road with one of those,
it's horrible.
Give me a break. When they're behind me, they're taking up like 3 lanes, right on my ass, probably don't see me, and I feel like I'm gonna get run over. And when I'm behind one of these trucks, it's like they're rolling coal all over my car. And I have to look at all those bumper stickers that are just yapping about some
what does that say? Hate breeds hate. Custer was sued. I love Bubba. Just be nice. I love God. Arms are for hugging. It's 5 o'clock. Is that pride? Diarrhea also happens. No more wars Monday. This is inaccurate because no liberal just drives a truck. I'm gonna be honest. There's this one dude that I see every freaking day. That man has Trump stuff all over it, and he's so it's so cringe because it's like, how do you love a man so much, man? It's weird. It's weird.
And worst of all, they have those underglow kits that make me feel like I'm gonna have a seizure. In all fairness, I respect the grind, and it's cool that they've put so much time into a build like this, but I personally think a truck should be used for truck stuff. Maybe that's just me though. Like, the bed sizes of these trucks literally haven't changed since the 90s, but the grill has like quadrupled in height. It kind of sounds like a whole lot of coping. I'll probably always be the type to drive an older truck for this reason. One last thing, I love older trucks. I've only ever sat in a lifted truck like this one time, and to be completely fair, I felt like I owned the road. So I get the appeal, I guess, but it still pisses me off.
It really does piss me off a lot. I hate it. Please, if you drive a lifted truck, I'm not gonna say nothing actually.